Well, we made our way through Grace religious fanatics, and we're back in the depths of the Thieves Guild during our first night here in Arm. Because we are now in the shadows of Arm, as they might say, in Baldur's Gate 2.
Very well.
Yes, this is Baldur's Gate 2, Shadows of Arm with Skizny, and this is the Enhanced Edition with some mods as well. So, let us head down to Mayfar, the possibly disloyal Thieves Guild head, and hand in this little statue we stole from the Temple of the Thunder.
Fine, fine.
Oh, we hear the sound of people hiding. Alright, Mayfar, with your pink pants, here we are.
What is it?
Well, it would seem you have a few skills behind your name after all. A fine bit of work, though hardly a challenge. Well, that's half the thing. Nah, kinda gaudy, isn't it? Can't see what's so compelling about it. I'll toss it in with the garbage going to Waterdeep. Lots of dainty collectors up there. And yeah, these types of quests hand us a lot of experience, so that'll help with leveling at these levels. Now, let's put you to some real work. I haven't the time to piddle around with you, so my right hand man will keep you busy until you can work for me personally. His name is Edwyn. Bloody good spellcaster, but he likes his luxuries. Usually happens to adventurers that hate the road. He's on the third floor above us. Get going! Yeah, speaking of leveling, obviously Yoshimo will level pretty quickly as he is dual class and so basically now counts
I think.
as like a level 2 fighter. And these are very big chunks of experience. So we can put skill in his katana skill.
Yes, on my way.
And once Yoshimo is a higher level, let's have a look. Yeah, he's already 4. Once he is a higher level fighter than he is a thief, so that'll be a level 12 fighter, he will actually re-unlock his thief abilities. And then yeah, he can thief and fighter. So Edwyn, that's a familiar name.
Do I
wonder
have
if
to
it's
do
the same
all the
one.
work?
We met in Baldur's Gate 1 and in Siege of Dragonspear. I think Edwyn was in our party, yes, I seem to remember so. First, let's have a look at what these thieves just have stashed about. Oh well, check on most of it later. That was a good scroll at least.
You'll owe me.
Oh yes, I remember this room. Hello, Anisha. Or Nishai. Hello, Anishai.
Yes?
Why, hello there. If it isn't a new face, how thrilling.
So who are you then?
Well, the real question here is, what is your name, darling? Apologies for that interruption. Where were we? Ah, yes. I could tell you my name is Anishai, but that would prevent me from hearing the delectable tones of your names first.
Well, I am Skizny. Very pleased to meet you, Anishai.
Skizny, how utterly delicious. I shall recite it over and over to myself in between each meeting, which I do hope will not be too far between. All right, I must be going now. Already? How sad. Yeah, she doesn't have too much interesting right now.
Tell
what
me your
is
plan.
interesting is
I'll
these
go,
doors.
I'll go.
This is basically just kind of a thief's challenge what we have here. So going from this door here, all these doors are locked with harder and harder locks and eventually even traps. So these are good challenges for a thievy character. Let's see, let's hand these to Minsk, I suppose. I wanted to hand this to Minsk, because we'll need space in our inventory.
I have had to drop what you gave me. I have only 2 arms and no more space.
Alright, Minsk. You know, I never heard that sound. I never stuffed Minsk that full.
Did
Alright.
someone say gold?
Yes, I did. We are going to get some gold
Very
from between
well.
these doors and a lot of experience. So these are all pretty easy. And yeah, they just have a few gold pieces behind them. 30. 40. This is a fun little... I always thought this was a fun little detail. Different doors that become stronger and stronger. But we are pretty much unstoppable lockpickers, so none of these should form a problem. But now, yeah, as you see, there are traps on these last ones. This is a nice, easy experience you can earn here. And all of them open. Yeah, this last one actually has some magical gear behind it. A rogue stone. That's actually a very expensive gem. That's worth 1,500 gold pieces. Or even more, if I recall correctly. Right, those are all the gems, and the rest I think is just gold. Yep. Yeah, the rest is just gold. And that gear that's behind the last one is +1. +1 studded ladder, +1 short sword, and a +1 buckler. And the +1 buckler is actually fairly rare. So that one's actually kind of good to find. Can we dump this somewhere? I suppose we can give this to
I
Yoshimo.
must apologize, but I can
have too
carry
much
no
in my
more.
pack as it is. You'll have
I've
to
set
pick that
your
up
item
off the
upon
ground.
Ah, Minsk already had a potion of thievery. Very good! Means we have 1 slot left for that. Oh, that's actually a +2 short sword. Even better.
Yes, fine, fine.
It has been some time since I've been this far south.
I recall seeing Gorion here some years ago. He was a bit out of place away from his books, but... Seems I cannot help but speak of the dead lately. I did not wish to cause you any distress if I have.
I do not remember Gorion with sadness. Well, pity perhaps, but not sadness. Despite his end.
That is good. He would not have wished his memory to cause pain. I'd like to think the same is true for Khalid.
Well, yes, I think you're right. It's a shame when the dead take the living with them. You know, there's more money. Yes. Don't be sad. That's what I'm trying to say. Huh?
Gorion said he carried much of those that had died. He wished I could not shoulder such weight, but if I must, it should be in a sturdy pack and not in loose arms.
So it would be behind you, but still with you, and would not obscure your vision. Yes, I remember him blathering on about such.
True enough. You are wise to see such. Well, enough of this now. Talk such as this can we get muddled in if indulged too often. If I have a good feeling from this though. Oh, well, nice. Yes, there's a bit of bonding and such between the party and the player and everything in this one. Kind of a prelude to the loyalty missions for BioWare things would do later, and the camp talks and such. Very enjoyable.
What now?
Anyways, Yes,
A
we had
child
enough.
of murder, a man of greed, death and taxes. My power will be inevitable. Very well.
So yes, it does seem, judging by the red robes and the little beardy, that this is indeed the same old Edwyn we have met in Baldur's Gate and in Siege of Dragonspear. Let's say hello.
Greetings. I am Edwyn Odesseron. You simians may refer to me merely as Sir, if you prefer a less syllable-intensive workout.
I love Edwyn's little jabs and such. You shall be called what you are! You are an enemy of fair departed dinner here, and therefore an enemy of mine! You shall be destroyed for the good of all! Ah, the feeble protector of that Rashomar witch. Have you finally misplaced her for good, Ranger? Does she linger amidst the worms where she belongs now? You will not speak such of sweet dinner here in this fashion! Terrible hamster justice will be wreaked upon you! Go for the eyes, Moo! Go for the eyes! Silence! You joined Mayfar's guild and the rest of your with the rest of your party, Ranger. Will you spoil your plans so soon? Do you think your leader would appreciate that? Hey! No. No, our cause must be not be disrupted. Righteous fury will wait for now, but one day, wizard, shall I pay? One day the wizard shall pay for his words with blood. So swears Minsk. Oh, we shall see how long your sword lasts against my magic. Enough with this drivel. You there, elf. You seem to be in charge. Let's get this over with.
Don't you recognize me, Edwyn? We went to hell together. It's me, Skizzy.
The past hardly matters. The company you currently keep now limits your use. No matter. I shall make this transaction as quick and as bloodless as possible. Your memory is selective, Red Wizard. Why do you now work with the Shadow Thieves? What is your connection to our capture of Irenicus? Khalid is dead and I will have answers. If your whining husband is dead, Druid, it is nothing to do with me. And as for answers, you must go much higher than me to be satisfied. Interestingly enough, Edwyn and Khalid were voiced by the same voice actor. So that's an interesting little twist there, if those two ever argue. It's always fun to have voice actors argue with themselves, but it happens more often than you think. My association with the Shadow Thief has been accomplished for reasons of my own, none of which you have anything to do with. Hear me then. It seems my prowess as a mage has captured the eye of the cowled wizards. I am certain they are envious, though their actions are not a fitting tribute. They have dispatched an agent to investigate my activities, something I don't appreciate. This insult must be punished by killing the cowled agent. Githras is his name. His house is a grey three-story behind a fence along the westernward wall of the Docks district. If he is home, his door will be open.
Well, that's obviously obvious. That's very reckless.
Yes. When you find Githras, kill him. Question him beforehand if you like. Any insight into the cowled wizard is useful. A little torture would soften him. I will require, however, that you bring me his signet ring when you are done with him. A valuable magical trinket, as well as a guarantee that you have done the task.
Well, consider it done. Although I am aligned with the cowled wizard, so maybe not get caught on this one.
Good. Don't linger then. Get going. Ugh, motivating these sloths is like pulling teeth.
Are you not concerned about the ire of the cowled wizards for such a deed, Skizzy? Let us hope the blame falls on the Shadow Thieves and not upon our own heads, eh?
Indeed. Well, that's a
Tell me
risky
your plan.
operation. On one hand, we are trying to befriend the
Fine,
cowled wizard
fine.
for that job for Tulgarius, I believe it was. On
Did
the other,
someone say good? On my way.
on the other hand, well, yeah, criminal enterprise, and apparently we have to do this thing. Let's open up whatever is around here. You'd think a thieves guild would get better locks. Oh, we can't open that one. Oh, on close examination you find that this door is not a door at all, with a clever bit of painting and molding into the wall. Very clever indeed, to recycle an area. Oh yes, people complained about bio recycling areas. And I think the whole issue with recycling areas is not really the issue, as this game does it a lot, but it goes about it a little bit smarter. It basically only recycles areas that kind of make sense to be recycled, or are of such low consequence that you won't notice it very much. For example, this little top floor, I'm sure it's used actually as an inn in various bits, but yeah, they are standardized buildings, so it's not that big of a step of disbelief to think that designs are basically
You
recycled
point
for
where
building.
Minsk goes, evil stands aside.
Mass Effect 1, that also did it. We can give her actually some. Let's do this smart. We can give her some of the potions. Yeah, Mass Effect 1 also did it, especially with spaceship and a lot of the prefab buildings. But once again, these are prefab buildings, and yeah, they would be recycled. Because that's why they are prefab, and spaceships obviously are mass produced on a certain design, even if the unique fillings of the ships are different. So if you use air recycling for that, that's not a problem. If you see it in games like Dragon Age, what was it? Dragon Age 2, that's where the problem arises, because basically they have area recycling on areas that are, one, very important,
Yes?
and
Ugh.
and so you quickly recognize the areas, and two, make very little sense, like caves. I mean, a cave is a natural forming thing. There's no way that two caves are going to look exactly the same, unlike two buildings, which indeed are human-made. So in general, yeah, only recycle areas that are human-made areas. That'll help a lot already, because there's a suitable kind of an expectation that some of these are going to look the same. And so that was my little tidbit of game design there, and well, hopefully I do think people have learned a lesson of that.
What now?
You also, of course, nowadays have the whole thing of procedurally
Do I
generated
have to do
areas,
all the work?
which does work very well, but problem is I think people are kind of overriding
your
on them so
plan.
much, and then you start to see similarities in the
You'll owe me.
computerized nature of pre-generated areas.
I'll go.
You saw that I have recently finished with the Agent of Mayhem, and every secret base was procedurally generated, so they were a little bit different. But that also made it you very much began, since you did a lot of them, you began to realize that they were procedurally generated. And then that kind of breaks the illusion. Now I think this house, right, I'm not certain, but I think this house is actually Tolas House. Or not, or it's a cat's house. Guess this is a cat's house.
Very well.
Oh well, we'll look this later.
Fine.
Now, it's not this house, as I actually remember this is actually a temple of some kind. I believe this is a temple of Ogma, in fact. Yeah, that's a temple of Ogma. Rebek's house? Alright, I was pretty sure Tolas house was up here. Maybe it is this little house here. Or it's this house. Let's just go past these houses and see if we can find the Valigar Tolas House. It's the early morning.
No trouble out of you.
Oh, there's a barrack of some kind. Can you believe I've actually never been in this house before? In all my playthroughs. So, I've seen this halfling lady, right? And she's struggling with the cat purse trying to take her bag, right? And she calls out to me for help. Yeah? And then what? So I yawn, right? And then says to her, "Hey lady, this is the dogs, and I'm not about to..." Hey you! Who let you in here? Yeah, get out! Before we arrest you, this is the barracks, not some tourist shop. Well,
A child
what a
of
cheerful
murder,
bunch of
a man
corrupt
of
fellows.
greed, death and taxes. My power will be enough very well.
This is not where we wanted to go, so I guess... I'm pretty certain it is somewhere, so I guess maybe it's this house? Ah, I think it is this house. Oh.
Fine.
Yes, may I help you? You are not a friend of the masters, are you?
Yes, actually, Yes, actually, I am a friend of Valigar's. Do you know where he might be?
A friend of the masters? Oh dear, he's been gone a long time. No, I'm afraid I haven't heard from him since the awful wizards came to see him.
So some wizards already came to see him? When was this?
Oh, the ordeal with the cowled wizards was just awful. They came here 2 weeks ago demanding to see Master Cthulhu. I was just shaking in my shoes. I heard them upstairs. They demanded that the master do something, and he refused. I remember poor Master Cthulhu was so upset he was shouting, he was. There was a loud crash and fighting. I was terrified when the wizards came back downstairs alone. They said Valigar had committed murder and must pay. Master Cthulhu had slipped away from them. The wizard told me not to say anything, but I am desperate with worry. Do you think my master is all right?
Well, I'm not sure. If the cowled wizards are after him and hire some really dashing strong mercenaries with cunning minds, it is likely that he is in great danger. Are you sure you have no idea where he's gone?
Well, the master has friends among the woodsmen and rangers. He was in the scouts, you see, up until a couple of years ago. Very skilled. I remember, among others, a good friend of his, a ranger named Suna Sini. She frequents a copper cornet. Maybe you could check in with her. Is this helpful?
Yes, it may be. Thank you.
You are welcome. Good business to you and good day. Ah, so we have a clue. We need to speak with a lady called Suna Sini.
On my
And
way.
the copper cornet, who's apparently an old ranger friend of Valigar. So, well, I guess this will be it for today. I think we'll rest the party a little bit as they have gone through most of their spells. Let's see. Oh no. I guess, well, hopefully we can get away with casting this. Oh yes, this is cleric magic, so only arcane magic that the Cal wasn't have a problem with. So, we will next time, I guess we'll be tracking Valigar. Maybe hitting up that, finding out where that cowled wizard agent is and killing him for old Edwyn. So, till the next episode.